Okay, working on my 97 Cherokee. Sorry it's a little cloudy out today, so not the best sunlight. Lost my wheel flare about a year ago, so the first step you got to do is take off your wheel flare. And I think on these there's little bolts that hold in the backside and a bracket that holds in place. Mine broke, flew off on the highway one day. Luckily my son was with me and he's able to go back and get it. So you got to remove that back bracket, take out the wheel flare if you're gonna do it all the way. So after you've gotten that off and you got your wheel flare off, I went and painted mine with a matte black and a little clear coat just to kind of give it a little more protection. And then after I did all that, well, first I got the holes drilled, I should say. Got my wheel flare and put it back up there, and as you can see I've got some studs in there. These are carriage bolts, but I've basically lined it all back up and drilled out the holes. I got one of the center holes started up. I basically marked it took a screwdriver and marked it from this side. Then I went from center point to center point and got this one there. Once I got them all, I just slowly worked my way up, measuring and make sure I got them all pretty close to where they're supposed to be. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be pretty close. Only thing I wish I would have done was drop these three a little lower, only because of the angle. They kind of sit up a little bit past the ridge here, which I didn't like, but that's not the end of the world. I've had the fender off for a year, so it's better than what I had before. But to help offset that a little bit, my carriage bolt, I just ended up putting another washer on there and stuck it down really tight, and that kind of pulled it up a little tighter. So what I bought was carriage bolts. I bought 3 2.5 inch, 3 3-inch, and 1 3.5 inch. Like I said, so I bought all the bolts I needed. I also bought washers, extra washers and nuts, and then I bought oversized washers. These are actually for a 3/8 inch bolt, and that's what that look is right there. They basically slip over top of that. Then I used started off with a 1/4 inch drill bit, and then I went to a 3/8, not quite 3/8 drill bit to compensate for that, the carriage bolt, little squared off piece. So I have to get the holes lined up, and that took me the longest course, is making sure everything lines up right on the money. And then of course I also got some oversized washers. I'm going to use those for the back of the wheel flare to help suck everything up and keep the wheel flare in place. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this on there, and like I said, I used like different size bolts, counting on the length. I think the long one I put right here at the front, and these are all 2.5 to 3 inch. You can kind of just look at it and see what you need to do. And so I'm going to go ahead and bolt that up there, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, let's show this real quick. I realized I could have used a much shorter one here. Now, this is the only one that's like this, where the wheel well does not get bolted to this bolt, it looks like. So you have to bolt this one in first, and I could have used like a 2-inch one instead of the longer ones, even maybe shorter. But so you can get a little shorter one for right here, and maybe a little shorter, but really it's pretty close. The 2.5 inch ones work pretty good. So put that one on first, and then go from there. So we'll continue bolting here. Okay, just want to point this out as I did it. I ended up having to go through and find some more of these washers, the big ones that I put on the last. So what I do is I put bolt in, get to stay there. Stay there, you damn thing. The large washer, which goes up against the wheel well, then the little small washer, and then that. I did realize I didn't buy any lock washers, which I'm going to have to go back and put some on, but that's why I've been finding more. It turned out 3 wasn't enough. I did it on every one of them. There's my son. I'm losing my son, except for the bottom one. I'll move my truck here in a minute, show you the final product. So I'm going to go and put the last one in there and show you what I did. Okay, I'm losing the sun, and I'm getting the neighbor's dogs barking. So kind of see what I did anyway. So got the carriage bolt with the washer behind it, and this is what I was talking about, where I should have dropped that hole a little lower. So my mistake. Next time I'll do the next one. You can kind of move them around a little bit. So I'm gonna just live with that one unless I go buy another fender off the junkyard, and like that and there. So just biggest thing is realizing off my mistake is dropping down just a little bit longer. I mean, it's adjustable, so you can kind of move those carriage bolts. And then of course, I ended up using a big washer on all these. This one here is bolted to the frame, or not. This tucks in behind it, so these all hold the, I don't know if they'll show, probably no light. You can kind of see how much longer these are. They don't need to be quite as long. You see how it kind of bolts up there? So you can get a little shorter one. This is a 3.5 inch one, so the 3.5, or I'm sorry, 3 inch. So it could have been a 3 inch. This is, I think, a 2.5 inch, and all these are 2.5 and 3 inch. So, you know, I just kind of guessed at it, but you can get a little shorter ones. Definitely don't need no 3 inch one, but there you go. I don't think it looks too bad outside of my little offset drilling. Wish I had a little better sunlight to give it a better view, so maybe I'll take a picture when the sun comes back out and post that on there. But hope that helps somebody. Now I just got to do the other 3. Hopefully it didn't take me 3 years to do those. So there you go. Hope somebody likes the idea and uses it. Good luck.